Knees are nice and soft, and we're gonna start gently releasing the neck by looking down towards the floor, looking up towards the ceiling, look straight ahead, look towards your right, look towards your left, look straight ahead, ear towards the shoulder without lifting the shoulder, and the other side. We're gonna do it one more time. Look down towards the floor, looking up towards the ceiling, look straight ahead, look towards your right and your left, look straight ahead, ear towards the shoulder and the other side. And then we're just gonna bring the chin towards the right shoulder and then drop the chin to the chest, making semicircles going into the other shoulder, and then dropping the chin going again into the other shoulder. Okay, now we're gonna do it a little bit slower. So roll the shoulders back, chin to chest, and then start making the semicircle. And if you get any spot where you've got pain, just stop there. And then coming back, finding a spot, rolling the shoulder back, dropping the head, so you're basically using the weight of the head to sort of stretch the neck. Okay? And then bring the shoulders towards the ears and drop them back. Shoulders towards the ears and drop them back. And then we're gonna do it the opposite direction. So from the back, you're coming forward. And then bring your right arm forward and back. I still haven't worked out if I'm a mirror image or not when I'm teaching. So from you is the left, right? Okay. And then the other arm, so you change the direction, so come from the back forward. Start with small circles and then widen the circle at the shoulder so that you're basically going to the end of the range of movement. And then the other arm, start with small circles, you're dropping them forward and back. And the other direction. Okay, and then start bringing support your right arm with the left hand on the arm, basically the upper arm, and then bring it across the body and roll the shoulder back. Dropping the shoulder down, coming with the body, with the arm across the body. And then drop the arm, and then you want to bring it just behind your back as far as it goes up towards the neck. And then squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. And then drop the arm, lift the left arm, supported by the upper arm with your right hand. Bring it across the body, drop the shoulder down. And then dropping the right arm, you're basically bringing it behind your back, squeezing the shoulder blade towards the spine. And then dropping the arms by the side, feet hip width apart. You start swinging from the arms from one side to the other so that they hit the sides of the body. Okay, and then start bringing your hands to the hips and start making little circles, first clockwise. So you're starting, don't lock the knees, and then go wider and wider into the circle until you're sort of feeling a stretch on your lower back. And then stop and then do the opposite direction. So you start with small circles and you widen the circle more and more. Don't lock the knees, so keep them nice and soft. And then fold forward, hands inside the knees, start warming up the knees on the inside. Coming to the front, the sides and the back of the knees. And then come up a little bit, place your hands on top of your knees and start making circles, one direction and then the other. Change direction. Okay, and now come up. Stretch the toes to start with, and then roll on top of the toes, and roll so that basically the top of the toes are getting stretched. And then roll back on your tiptoes and start making circles with the ankle. So make sure you're isolating the ankle and you're making the movement from there, okay? And then change direction. Stretch the toes. Go on your tiptoes and then roll over so that basically you're stretching the top of the toes. And then come back on your tiptoes and start making circles with your ankle and the other way around. Okay, so we're coming to the top of the mat. Big toes are touching, mountain pose, so you're stretching your toes as much as you can with the big toes touching. Weight into the middle of the foot, pull the kneecaps up, start tilting the pelvis, so you're bringing your tailbone under so that you're feeling a pull into your lower abdomen, sort of locking the area and sucking the belly in, so you're bringing the belly button towards the spine, opening the chest, tucking the chin under, arms by your sides. And then you're just looking beyond the nose, place the right hand on your chest, the left hand on your abdomen, start engaging with the breath. So as you're inhaling through the nose, you're trying to puff up the left hand, which is just underneath the belly button. And as you exhale, you're trying to bring the belly button towards the spine. So you're breathing through the nose only, and you're lengthening the breath, so it's the same length on the inhale as it is on the exhale. Okay, so I'm just reading you the disclaimer. When participating in any class or exercise program, you may incur the possibility of injury. By participating voluntarily into this class, you take all responsibility of injuries for yourself, okay? Okay, so now bring your hands in front of your chest, close your eyes and set an intention for today's practice. And also try to focus your mind so that you're constantly scanning the body. Half of your attention is on getting the right posture, half of it is trying to maintain a nice and even breath. Okay, open your eyes. We're going to do 3 sun salutations. Now, the main important thing when you're doing this is that we're trying to isolate the head, okay? So we're going to do the first one basic, and then you can go at your own pace if you want to, but basically try to be aware of your upper part of the body for the sun salutation. Inhale, bring your hands up towards the ceiling, look up at the hands, suck the belly in. On the exhale, you're folding forward at the hips, placing your hands on the shin, the ankle, or the mat. On the next inhale, press through the hands, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hands on the mat, step the right leg out into a lunge, left leg to meet into a high plank. We're setting the plank, we're bringing the shoulders above the wrists, we're pulling the heels away from us. So, and then tilting the pelvis under, sucking the belly in, squeezing the glutes. On the exhale, knees to the floor, leading with the chest, looking forward, rubbing the elbows by your side. You're bringing your chest down to the floor. Top of the feet on the mat, hands underneath the shoulders. On the next inhale, peel the chest off the floor, roll the shoulders away from you, look forward. Exhale, tuck your toes under, come into your hands and knees. Bring the seat towards your heels and you're coming up into a downward dog. Stepping your feet forward so you can bring the heels down towards the floor. Have your feet hip width apart, where we're starting with the upper part of the body. Okay, now imagine you're trying to bring the top of the head down towards the floor. So you're pointing the top of the head down onto the floor, releasing the neck, releasing the head. You're using the weight of the head to sort of release the neck. And now roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you should feel that extra stretch in between the shoulder blades and the top of the neck. Inhale into the count of 5, exhale into the count of 5. To make sure you're releasing the neck, you can also nod the head a couple of times, Turn the head right and left very gently. One more breath here. Inhale into the count of 5. Exhale into the count of 5. On the next inhale, you're looking towards your hands. Bend the knees. Start walking your feet towards your hands. Once you've reached the hands, keep your feet together. Exhale, you're folding forward, let go of the head again. On the next inhale, come up a little bit, engage the core. Bring your hands up towards the ceiling and exhale, hands by your sides. Okay, second one. Inhale, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you're folding forward. Inhale, press through the hands, look forward. Exhale, hands on the mat, add a step or jump into a high plank. Inhale, set the plank. Exhale, the low plank or knees to the floor. Bringing your chest down. On the next inhale, you're on your tiptoes. Push the body through the hands and you're straightening the arms into an up dog. Roll the shoulders back, look forward. Exhale, tuck your toes under and you're coming into downward dog. Set the legs as you normally do. Feet hip width apart, big toes are slightly tucked in, heels as low down as you can onto the floor. Again, working on the upper part of the back. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then keeping the hands where they are, you're pushing your hands away from you, making sure the hands are shoulder width apart. Let go of the head. So you're tucking the chin slightly under, so you're towards the chest to really bring and lengthen the neck using the weight of the head. Inhale into the count of 5, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale into the count of 5. Releasing the neck, allowing it to open up. One more breath here. Inhale into the count of 5. Exhale into the count of 5. On the next inhale, you're looking forward at a step or jump to the top of the mat. And exhale, you're folding forward. Inhale, engage the core, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands by your sides. Last one. Inhale, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you're folding forward. Inhale, press through the hands, look forward. Exhale, hands on the mat, add a step or jump into a high plank. Inhale, set the plank. Exhale, add a low plank or knees to the floor. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Let go of the head. Work on the legs as well, so that you're trying to keep your legs as straight as you can. Tilt your pelvis under slightly, so you're engaging your lower abdominals. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale into the count of 5. Exhale into the count of 5. Last breath here. And then on the next inhale, you're looking towards your hands, add a step or jump to the top of the mat. And exhale, you're folding forward. Inhale, engage the core, bring your hands up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands by your sides. Okay? Alright, so we're gonna start with the feet hip width apart. And what you want to do, you want to use the heel of your hands, so this part here, to place just underneath this bone that you're feeling behind your head, okay? So if you touch your head, there's just behind the ear, there's a bone, and you're placing the hand in there with the fingers pointing towards the head, okay?
Olga, I can't quite see your head. You're kind of, the camera's cut off just over your neck. Yeah, that's good, thank you.
So if you're placing this part of the hand into just behind the ear, and you're placing it here just behind the head, okay? The fingers come around the head, yeah? And you're doing the same with the other hand, okay? So you're just holding the head. So when we're gonna be face down, we're gonna basically trying to turn the head, but sort of pulling it slightly, okay? So you've got your feet hip width apart. On the next inhale, suck the belly in, open the chest, bend the knees, and on the exhale, you're folding forward. So you're resting the torso on the thighs. Now you're pointing the head down towards the floor, so we are isolating the neck and the head, okay? By bending the knees, you're sort of resting the torso on the thighs. Now, nod your head a couple of times, and then keeping the hands where they are, start sort of turning the head, but you're sort of pulling down, so you're helping that movement of the head pointing down towards the floor.
You've gone on to mute, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, everybody? Microphone muted. Can you hear me? Okay. All right, so bring your head down and then pointing the head down with your hands, you're sort of pulling the flesh away. So it's almost like you're pulling the skull down onto the floor, gently turning the head from side to side. When you're getting to a point where you're feeling that there's a little bit of tension on the neck, just stay there a little bit longer and just nod your head. So you're basically releasing the head down onto the floor all the time. And then come all the way back up. Release the hands. Just give yourself a little bit of a shake. And then we're taking a long step out. So we're coming the long side of the mat with the toes and the feet parallel to the edges of the mat. On the next inhale, bring your hands parallel to the floor, and on the exhale, you're interlacing the fingers behind your back. On the next inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, suck the belly in, and on the exhale, you're folding forward at the hips, releasing the head, bringing the hands over the head. And again, start to work. So basically, you're trying to tuck the chin to the chest, releasing the back of the neck, using the head to sort of release any tension on the neck. Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, release the head. One more breath here, inhaling to the count of 5 and exhaling to the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up. Place your hands on the hips and bring the heels towards the center, toes towards the center, heels towards the center, and you step into the front of the mat. Okay, we're gonna come on the floor now. So we're gonna lower ourselves down onto the mat. And what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna basically do some movements where we're bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. So you're coming onto your belly into the mat, and we're bringing the hands forward into a Y. So with the body, we're making a shape of a Y, okay? Now, the important thing is that when you're coming up, you're not looking forward, you're just tucking the chin under. So today, if the majority of the class you're tucking the chin towards the chest, you're doing very well, okay? So now, point the thumbs up towards the ceiling, your arms in the shape of a Y. On the next inhale, tuck your chin to the chest and bring the arms up, bring the chest up towards the ceiling. You're looking down into the mat, tucking the chin to the chest. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn the head one side and start rocking your body from side to side. So when we're doing the hands here, we're isolating the muscles in between the shoulder blades, but the upper part, okay, of the trapezius. Then you've got the hands into a T. So the arms come to the side and the hands are parallel to the shoulders. The thumbs are facing up towards the ceiling. Now, chin to chest. On the next inhale, lift the arms off the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together, legs off the floor, chest off the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Make a pillow with the hands. Turn the head in one direction and rock your hips from side to side. Okay, we're going to do it one more time with the arms forward. So you're bringing your arms into a Y. Thumbs facing up towards the ceiling. As you're lifting the arm up, you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. So you're pulling the shoulders together, okay? On the next inhale, chin to chest. Lift the arms, chest off the floor, legs off the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 3, 2, and 1. Make a pillow with the hand. Turn your head from side to side. And then very gently come into your hands and knees and come into child pose. So you're bringing your knees together, you're resting the torso on the thighs, and you're bringing your forehead down onto the floor. We're just gonna stay here for a couple of breaths, releasing the head and releasing the whole of the back. And then you're coming into your hands and knees on your fours. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to come into a very stable position on the fours. So the top of the feet are on the mat. The knees are just underneath the hips and they are hip width apart. The hands are directly underneath the shoulders and they're shoulder width apart. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to move the neck, okay? So we're bringing the neck as close as we can towards the chest. And then we're coming all the way up, looking forward. And then on the inhale, you're looking down, bringing the chin towards the chest. And on the exhale, you're looking up towards in the front. 2 more. On the next inhale, you're bringing the chin to the chest. On the exhale, you're looking forward. Last one. And now we're going to do the cat and the camel. So we're going to add the whole movement of the back, okay? On the next inhale, you're looking forward, curve the back towards the floor, push the bum out. On the exhale, you're curving the back towards the ceiling, pushing the bum towards your hands, looking down towards your knees. Inhale, look forward, just make sure you're isolating the muscles of the top of the shoulders and the neck. Just concentrate on those, and when you're in this position where you're looking down, just let go of the head. One more. Inhale, look forward, curve the back towards the floor, push the bum out, and exhale, you're curving the back towards the ceiling, pushing the bum towards your hands, looking down towards your knees. And then very gently, sit on your heels, release the pose. You're coming onto the sides. So you're lying down onto the floor. So you're lying onto your right side and you're bringing your right arm forward. So you're resting your head into a neutral position onto the floor, okay? So your head is resting onto the mat, onto the arm, and the arm is on the mat with the palms facing down. Okay, so the bottom leg is bent. Now what you want to do, you want to grab hold of either the ankle or the big toes and straighten the leg, okay? If you cannot do that, just grab hold of the back of the leg and just straighten the leg as much as you can. What we're going to do now, we're going to lift the head off the floor. You're still looking forward. And from here, you're looking up towards the ceiling and looking straight ahead. One more, looking up towards the ceiling, looking straight ahead, and rest the head down, bend the knees, resting the head down onto the floor. We're going to do it one more time. So you're resting your head onto the arm so the head is in a neutral position. And now you bend the knee, straighten the leg, either grab hold of the big toe or you're grabbing hold of the back of the neck, okay? The toes are pointing towards you, so at the same time we're stretching the back of the right leg. Now lift the head off the floor, the ear is pointing down towards the mat. You're looking straight ahead. And then on the next inhale, look up towards the ceiling, so you're looking towards your right foot and looking straight ahead, looking up towards the ceiling and looking straight ahead. Exhale, bring the head down, bend the knees, and we're going to do it on the opposite side. So push yourself up with your right hand. We're going into the left side. Straighten the arms so that basically the arm ends up on the mat with the palms down and you're resting your head onto the arm. You're bending the knees so that the bottom leg is bent and is on the floor, and then bend the knee towards the chest, the left knee towards the chest, either grab hold of the big toes and straighten the leg or grab hold of the back of the leg. Okay, on the next inhale, lift the head off the floor. And then on the next inhale, you're looking down up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you're looking straight ahead. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Exhale down, looking straight ahead. Rest the head down, bend the knees and rest them down onto the floor. And we're going to do it one more time. So bring the knee to the chest. Straighten the leg and either grab hold of the big toes or grab hold of the back of the thigh. The toes are pointing towards you. On the next inhale, lift the head off the floor. Exhale here. Inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, looking straight ahead. Inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, looking straight ahead. One more time. Inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, looking straight ahead. Release the head down, bend the knees and push yourself up. Okay, so we're gonna come now into a slower pace. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna have the knees bent and the feet on the floor. With your hands pointing towards the front, so the fingers are pointing towards the feet. You're basically placing the hands just behind your bum, okay? So you're leaning slightly back. And then bring the knees towards the right side. Now, if you need a pillow underneath the left knee, please do so. So you can put a thing there. And now you're turning the head the opposite direction of where your legs are bent. And now look straight ahead and bring the ear towards the shoulder. And then look straight ahead. We're turning the head again towards your left shoulder. Leaning back, opening up the chest. And then on the next inhale, bring the head back to the center and the knees back to the center. Come forward, start stretching your wrists a little bit, so you're giving a little bit of a circle with the wrists. And you're coming the other way around. We're gonna do on the other side. So lean back, hands with the fingers pointing towards the feet. Knees are bent. You're bringing the knees towards the left side. You're leaning back, open the chest. And now on the next inhale, turn the head towards the right shoulder. Try to bring the chin parallel to the floor, so you're not looking up, you're just bringing the chin towards the shoulder. On the next inhale, look forward, Bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Nice and long breaths, and constantly use the breath to directly in any area of the body that feels uncomfortable. On the next inhale, look forward, and then you're turning the head again towards the right. Couple of breaths more in here. And then on the next inhale, turn to the face forward, bring the knees back up, lean forward, and start creating a little bit of circles with the wrists and the other direction. You can stretch the wrists down a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna sit cross-legged, yeah? Make sure you've got hold of that blanket that I told you to grab. You can use the straps of the yoga mat if need be, okay? Or just grab hold of a towel. We're not gonna use it straight away, but you just want it near you. And then sit on the block, because we're gonna sit cross-legged for a while, so just make sure that you're comfortable, okay? You can use pillow underneath the knees if you feel like you need to. We're gonna be for a couple of minutes in this position, so just make yourself comfortable, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're gonna bring the hands forward, and then we're sort of bringing the arms so that the palms of the fingers are touching each other, okay? So you're placing your left hand on top of, your left arm on top of the right, bring the palms together, and now as you're pushing the arms forward, you're looking down towards the floor. So you should feel the stretch onto the shoulders, but also on the base of the neck. One more breath here. And then on the next inhale, you start bringing the arms to the sides with the elbows parallel almost to the shoulders and the palms facing away from you. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking slightly up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, roll the shoulders back. On the next inhale, this time is the right hand that goes above the left arm, bringing the palms together, looking down, pushing the shoulders away from you, straightening the arms, inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. On the next inhale, bring your arms to the side, elbows bent, palms facing up, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking slightly up towards the ceiling. And then one more time. On the next inhale, left arm over the right, palms together, push your shoulders away from you and looking down towards the floor, straightening the arms in front of you, feeling that stretch in between the shoulder blades and on the base of the neck. And on the next inhale, bring the arms to the sides, elbows slightly below the shoulders, palms facing away from you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking up slightly towards the ceiling. And now relax the arms slightly. And this is when we're going to grab hold of a blanket or the towel. What you want to do, you're going to come to the side. You're going to place it into the base of the neck, okay? You're going to hold the towel just in front of you. This time the hands are parallel to, basically level with the elbows, okay? So have the towel at the base of the neck, and as you're holding the towel, you're looking up towards the ceiling, and then looking straight ahead, looking down towards the floor, looking up towards the ceiling, looking down towards the floor. Now straighten it, bring the hands so that they're parallel to the shoulders, looking up towards the ceiling, looking down towards the floor, looking up towards the ceiling and looking down towards the floor. One more, looking up towards the ceiling, looking down towards the floor. Get rid of the towel. We're gonna do it one more time with the towel, but not at this moment. We're gonna show you one more thing. So you're placing your hands, so there's a muscle called the platysmus, which is basically, I don't know if you can see about, hold on, it's the muscles that sort of come up here, yeah? So you're placing your hands so that you're almost pulling down with the fingers, so the hands are on the collarbone, okay? And now they're pulling down as you're looking up towards the ceiling, feeling the stretch onto the front of the neck. In and into the count of 5, try to sit up as straight as you can. Exhaling to the count of 5. Now look straight ahead, release the hands. And we're gonna do it one more time. Place the hands, basically one hand is on the collarbone here, the other hand is on the collarbone on the other side. Pulling down on the inhale, on the exhale, you're looking up towards the ceiling. And then look straight ahead. Now what we're gonna do is called isometric movements, okay? So what you're going to do, you're gonna place a resistance with one hand as you're pushing towards the hands, okay? Now this is important. So basically you're placing your hand in front of your forehead, okay? Or you're tucking the chin to the chest, and then you're applying about 40% of pressure with your hand, and you're sort of resisting. So with your hand, you're pushing the head back, okay? But by bringing the chin to the chest, you're resisting that movement, okay? So with your head, you're pushing forward. With your hand, you're pushing back. 40%. Chin to chest. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do it at the back. You're placing the other hand now on the back of the head. With your hand, you're pushing forward. With your head, you're pushing back. Chin to chest. Hand on the back. Start pushing with your hand. Start resisting with the head. Chin to chest. 3, 2, and 1. Hand on the side of the head. We're going to try to turn the head towards the right, but you're resisting with the hand, okay? 40% of your strength, 30 to 40%. So right hand on the right side of the head. You're trying to turn the head, but you're resisting with the hand. 3, 2, and 1. Look straight ahead, ear towards the shoulder, same thing. 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. We're going to do it on the other side. So hand on the side of the head. You're trying to turn the head and you're resisting with the hand, okay? So 30-40% of maximum strength. 3, 2, and 1. And then hand, basically you're trying to bring the shoulder towards the ear towards the shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now start making big circles with the shoulders. Looking down and up for a second. Now grab hold of the blanket. We're placing it just behind the neck again. This time, as you're keeping the head, as you're pulling the blanket or the towel forward, you're trying to turn the head towards the right and then towards the head. So you're turning the head from side to side. And then looking straight ahead, turning the head one side, bringing the ear towards the shoulder, and then the other side. So you're basically trying with the blanket or with the towel to sort of support the base of the neck as you're doing the movement, okay? Roll the shoulders back. Now if you're finding that there's a spot that is particularly painful, just stay there And feel that with the towel you're supporting the neck, so you can allow yourself to just stay there a little bit longer, allowing the neck to open up. And then you can move again to turning the head from right to left. And then release the towel down. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a supported shoulder stand, okay? So find a wall that you can use so that you can bring your legs against the wall, okay? The shoulder stand will be supported, so we're gonna get a pillow. You can also grab hold of a blanket. And what you're going to do, you want to have the pillow here, okay? So the head is on the mat and the shoulders are basically supported by the pillow, okay? Bring that onto the floor, and you want to be lying onto the floor so that basically your arms can be straight and just against the wall, okay? So you're bringing your bum up as close as you can to the wall, and then you're bringing your legs up. This is where you want to measure where your arms are, because you want to be able to interlace the fingers behind your back once we're coming up, okay? Now my pillow is too far up, so I need to push it down so the shoulders are on the pillow but not the head. So the head is on the floor, and this is where you're getting the support, okay? All right, so when everybody's ready, bring your legs up against the wall, pillow underneath the shoulders, head is on the mat. You're bending the knees so that the feet are on the wall, and then you're pushing yourself up, okay? Now interlace the fingers behind your back, shuffle to the top of your shoulders, okay? And then push your hips up, chin to chest. So you should feel that stretch into your shoulders and the back of the neck by interlacing the fingers, shuffling to the top of your shoulders, looking up towards the ceiling. If at any point it gets too uncomfortable, just bring your bum back down onto the floor, okay? We're going to do 4 more breaths here. In and into the count of 5. If you're finding that interlacing the fingers is too much, just release the hand down onto the floor, or you can also support your lower back, okay? And last 2 breaths here. In and into the count of 5, and exhale into the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, come all the way down, come out of the pose, come back into the mat, where we're gonna do the fish pose. So this time, we're basically opening the front of the neck, okay? So in this position, we try to stretch this part of the neck by squeezing sort of this area together. And now with the fish pose, we're opening the front of the neck. So you're lying onto the mat, you're pointing the toes away from you, you're coming on your forearms, and you're trying to bring the top of the head down onto the floor. So in order to do that, you need to slide the elbows away from the body until you're able to puff up the chest and release the top of the head down onto the floor. If the head is not touching the floor, you need to slide the elbows away from the shoulders. 2 breaths here, and then you're tucking the chin to the chest, and you're coming out of the pose. Okay? Now you're lying down onto the floor, hug the knees to the chest, tuck the chin to the chest, and really just stay here for a couple of breaths. You can roll the hips and the knees from one direction to the other. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to straighten the right leg and bring your hands behind the back of the left thigh and straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Okay, now you're pointing the toes down towards the floor, the chin is to the chest, so the back of the neck is nice and long onto the floor. And we're going to do flossing. So this basically creates, clears out any blockages in the spinal cord, and to be able to do that, you need to, on the next inhale, point the toes up towards the ceiling, lift the head off the floor, chin to chest. And then on the exhale, you're bringing your feet towards the mat and the head back to the floor. Inhale, toes to ceiling, lift the head up, chin to chest. Exhale, release the head down, point the toes towards you. 2 more times. Inhale, point the toes up, lift the head up, and exhale, point the head down, point the toes towards you. Release the leg, swap the legs over, readjust the neck so your chin is tucked to the chest. Bring your hands on the back of the thigh, straighten the leg, and ideally you have a straight leg pointing up towards the ceiling. If you're in this position, it's absolutely fine, but that means your hamstrings are very tight. So you should be able to do a lot of stretches on the hamstring, because then it's got a knock-on effect on your lower back, okay? So straighten the leg, toes pointing towards you, chin to chest. On the next inhale, point the toes up, lift the head up, but chin to chest. Exhale, release the head down, toes to the floor. Inhale, toes to the ceiling, lift the head up, and exhale, head to the floor, toes towards the floor. Last one. Inhale, point the toes up, lift the head up, and exhale, head to the floor, release the head, the toes down onto the floor. Now bend the knees, hug the knees to the chest. And now you're bringing your right knee over the left. Bring your right arm out to the side, and now you're bringing the legs towards the left side onto the floor, turning the head towards your right. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat and really feel the release in between the shoulder blades, stretching a little bit the left side of your neck, but also stretching your whole right side of the body. And then on the next inhale, bring the head back to the center, legs back to the center. Swap the legs over so the left knee is on top of the right leg. Left arm out to the side, bring the legs towards the right side. Opening, so turning the head towards your left hand and keeping both shoulders down onto the floor. Nice and long breaths. Just quickly scan the body, identify any area of the body that feels uncomfortable or tight in this position, and just send the breath into that area to sort of open it up and release it. Nice and long breaths, lengthening the breath on the inhale and on the exhale. And then very gently head back to the center, hug the knees to the chest, keep your knees hugged, and then tuck the chin to the chest, and really sort of by pulling the knees towards the chest and bringing the chin to the chest, you're sort of giving yourself a nice long stretch the whole length of the back. And you can also lift the bum off the floor. Feeling the release on the front of the hips as well. Nice and long breaths. Hugging the knees to the chest. Making sure that the chin is tucked to the chest. One more breath here. Inhaling to the count of 5. And exhaling to the count of 5. And now very gently we're coming into the last pose, which is the Shavasana pose. So lie yourself onto the floor with the feet as wide as the mat, flopping the feet to the sides. You can bring a pillow underneath the head to sort of relax the neck, or you can tuck the chin to the chest. And now tilt your pelvis under so as much as your lower back is on the floor. Roll your shoulders slightly back and bring your arms to the sides with the palms facing up towards the ceiling, making sure your neck is nice and long, tucking the chin to the chest. Okay, and now we just start relaxing different parts of the body. So we start with relaxing the feet, relaxing the ankles, relaxing the shins and the calves, relaxing the back of the knees and the front of the knee joint, and relaxing the back of the thighs and the front of the thighs. Relax your hips, coming all the way across the glutes into your middle of your bum cheeks, and then going there from under and over your reproductive organs into your pelvic area, relaxing the whole of the pelvic area, going up into your lower abdomen, so the area between the pelvis and the belly button, and relaxing your upper abdomen, so the area between the belly button and the rib cage, coming up into the rib cage, relaxing the rib cage, coming into the center of your chest bone, and then from there we're going to basically scan the either side of the rib cage all the way around into the sides and into the back, and then from the back we're coming back all the way to the front into the chest bone. Now again you're just going from the chest bone all the way into the back, and then coming back to the front, coming up to the top of the shoulders, relaxing the top of the shoulders, and now relaxing the back, either side of the spine, starting from the top of the shoulders, the space in between the shoulder blades, relaxing the shoulder blades, relaxing the middle of the back, and relaxing your lower back. Coming to the sides of the body into your waist, going up the sides of the body, relaxing all the way from the waist into the armpit. And now relaxing your shoulder joints, relax your upper arms, relax your elbows, relax your forearms, relax your wrists, and relax your hands. Coming back to the top of the shoulders, relax the back of the neck, relax the front of the neck, relax your chin, relax your lower jaw, relax your mouth, relax your upper lip, relax your nose and your cheeks all the way across into the ears, relax your eye sockets, relax your temples, relax your forehead, relax the scalp and the whole of the head. Just feel like your body is starting to really melt into the mat, letting go of any tension in the body. And now I just want you to focus onto the neck area. So today we pretty much worked on the neck 360 degrees. And I'm pretty sure that at some point you've sort of isolated or found out that there's quite an area that is very uncomfortable or quite tight. So I just want you to focus your breath and your mind for the next couple of breaths onto that area. Almost like pinpointing that point, going deeper and deeper with your focus into the muscles and the tissues, into that areas, till you can almost reproduce the same pain or identify where it comes from. And then with your inhale and your exhale, just direct the breath and your focus into that area, going deeper and deeper and allowing it to open up. Letting go of any tension, releasing the stress into that area. And now very gently start coming back to the rest of the body, become aware of it. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you sigh out through your mouth, start wiggling your toes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you sigh out through the mouth, start wiggling your fingers. And then if you want, you can bring your arms over your head, bring the feet together. First, tense up the whole body. On the inhale and on the exhale, just release all the tension. And then start hugging one knee at a time towards the chest. And when you're ready, either rock yourself from back and forward until you're coming up into a cross-legged position onto the mat, or roll yourself onto the right side, pushing yourself up into a cross-legged position onto the mat. Bring your hands in front of your chest, close your eyes, just remind yourself of the intention you set out at the beginning of the class. Thank you